What's going on YouTube? I'm Cooper, this is the CooperMusicPage, and today we're breaking out the white whale. We're going to be talking about the Quilter Superblock. Now I have the UK version, there is a US version, and the real only difference is which kind of cab sims it has for you to choose from. So I'm going to show you what my guitar sounds like when it's just direct into my mixer without anything before it, and then I'm going to show you what happens when we add the Quilter to our chain to give it that preamp. Alright, what you're hearing right now is the white whale directly into my mixer with a little custom EQ. Yeah. So this is directly in. We're going to switch over to what it'll sound like through the Quilter, and you'll see the difference. All right, and now here is the Quilter. As you can hear the difference, the direct in sound from an electric guitar is always going to sound kind of flat. Even with the EQ for this particular guitar that I have on my mixer, the same, it still sounds like it's not all there, and it's not bright and punchy like you get from the cab of an actual amp. And that's what the Quilter Superblock does. It gives you that amp, the preamp and the cab sim, to make it sound like you're playing through an actual amplifier so that you can actually get the sound you want, the tones you want, instead of just a flat guitar tone. You get the harmonics a little better too when you get a little bit of that dirt from the amp in there. So this is designed to be a pedal board pocket amp, basically, that you can put on your board, power it with your 9-volt supply, or the separate 24-volt power as well, and still get as much out of this as possible. Obviously, if you're going to power it with the 9-volt, you're not going to get as much punch as with the 24-volt power and powering everything. We'll go through all that in a minute. But you still get quite a lot of power and punch, even with just the 9-volt running at 1 watt. This thing is really pushing, and I've seen it push for live shows. You know, plug and play instead of bringing a bunch of amps and cabs, stuff like that. You plug this straight into your speakers with this pedal on your chain, and you're sounding like you brought your full cab setup with you, and it's awesome. So you have your input, you have your effects send and return loop there if you want to put it in the front for your dry signal, and then have your effects on the back end. I put it just on the back end of my pedal, so I run all my stuff through my pedal board like my normal chain, and then it all runs through the amp. It takes pedals fairly well. You don't hear any of that dead noise or anything like that with feedback issues when I'm playing here. And it comes out pretty clean even with it at the end of my chain. There are 3 cab sin options on this UK version. BRT stands for bright. If you put it on that setting, you're going to brighten up all your tones a little bit, give a little extra punch on the top end. If it's on norm, that's just normal. It's flat for that cab, whatever you're doing, whatever you have it, your voicing set for, that's what it's going to be normal. And then FR is more for if you want to add another cab sim from like a plugin on your software or something. FR just means flat and full range. You have 3 voicings that you can choose from based on, as you guessed it, British speakers, and the US version has American speaker simulation. So you just depends on which tone you want, which tone cab you're going for, and you can use this either one to get whatever sound you want. If you're on the 1979 setting, you're going to get more of a Marshall sound, and your AC settings are going to give you more of a Black Star or maybe like an orange sounding. And you know, I do love my orange amp back there. It's a great little amp. And this gives you a little simulation of a little bit of everything from the UK side. You can dial in your treble, mid, and bass with the 3-band EQ on there. You can even add some reverb if you don't already have it on your other effects. And you have your master control volume as well. So you can either go for a Marshall that's going to break up, or you can go for a more calmer amp that's just going to be more cushiony if you will, rather than having all that gain and breakup in your amp. Whichever tone you're going for, you can find it in these knobs. And then of course you have your gain knob, and that's going to tell you how hard you're going to push it through that brick wall, right? You're going to actually turn the gain up to 11 and rock out with one of these classic amps. So we're just going to go over some of the sounds that you can get out of this thing. Like I said, this is kind of a game changer for anybody who's looking to lighten their load when they're loading in for shows, even smaller gigs, maybe to medium-sized gigs. You can stop lugging around your big amplifier if you want to bust out the electric. Or even for somebody like me who wants to record more in their little home studio here and they want to get nice tones out of the guitar without having to buy a bunch of speakers or set up a bunch of equipment or bother my neighbors too much because the soundproofing isn't, top notch right here, right now. But this allows me to go direct in, get a nice tone, pick what I want out of it, and then record it like it was recorded from a live cab. All right, we're going to turn up our limiter here and put some gain up and see how that goes. All right, we turned up some gain. We're going to turn up a little more, get some more breakup. Turn down our limiter and up our gain. We might be introducing some noise into the chain. I don't know if you can hear it. I can hear it. Okay, this is gain 100. I'm really hoping it doesn't blow out your ears here, but this is gain at 100. We could do some classic AC/DC stuff. That was really up there. And now we got the nice clean tone. So you really have quite a wide range. And it's really just personal preference if you want the UK or the US version. I'm going to show you my little cheat sheet here. But it comes with the instruction for both, which are exactly the same. The only difference is it tells you which kind of sims you're getting for the UK and the US version. You're going to get more of like your Fender, Gibson stuff with the US version, obviously, and then you're going to get more of your Marshall and Black Star stuff with the UK version. So it's really just personal preference, and these are little great things that will fit on your pedal board, give you the juice to play without bringing along your full cab setup, and give you the ability to plug right into your computer like I'm doing right now for you, so that I can record some really awesome stuff for my tunes, either clean or dirty. It'll all have that cab simulated perfection that you get from Quilter. This is not sponsored, by the way. I just think this is a really dope pedal. I saw it in action when my buddy Chris was doing some live shows back in town when I was home, and it really sounds like there is an actual amp there with you. It's really a game changer in a lot of different ways for the music community, and it's really awesome. You should pick one up. So Quilter, sponsor me. I don't know, maybe do that. But so yeah, I hope you like this quick little video on the Quilter. If you have any extra questions, drop them down in the comments. I always love when you guys ask me questions about my reviews and stuff like that. It's really fun to talk gear, so that's cool for me. If you got something out of this video, give it a like. And as always, we put out shorts on Sundays, new videos on Mondays, and live streams on Wednesdays. So until then, keep all rocking.